Hey folks, how's it going? Brian Blessing coming to you from Las Vegas. Glad to be with you at bangthebook.com, and we're talking about the U.S. Open, the second major for the PGA and the great European players that will come across the Atlantic and compete at Shinnecock, and it's going to be a wonderful event. This course is awfully salty. They've lengthened it. They've widened the fairways a little bit, but the rough is gnarly. But one thing they have done around the greens is put runoff areas, and that will help a guy like Phil Mickelson, who has that great short game. 25-1, the odds on Mickelson, and we know all the runner-up finishes how desperately he wants to win this event. He had a shot to win it here in 2004. His ball got into the bunker on 17 with a rock behind the ball, and it really cost him the tournament. He won in Mexico earlier in the year, but the runoff areas are going to be an advantage for Phil because if he just misses greens, he's got the great short game. He can get up and down as opposed to coming out of the thick cabbage. So that will help Mickelson's cause. Dustin Johnson is the favorite in the event at 8-1, the new number one player in the world. Well, number one again. He just won the St. Jude Classic in Memphis. Holed out on 18 for an eagle. Talk about a dramatic way to put an exclamation point on a win, and we know his game is tailor-made for U.S. Opens. He hits it a country mile. His wedge play is exceptional. If he's playing from the short grass, he's going to be awfully, awfully tough to beat. Of those players, Spieth, McIlroy, Justin Thomas, I think Jason Day's the guy I'd take a look at in that range, 16-1. Not sure about Spieth's putting. Justin Thomas is a danger every time he tees it up. But I think Jason Day is sitting on a really good opportunity. Rickie Fowler, 14-1 until he wins. The price is just too low. I think there's some extreme value on the board. Brian Harman's a bulldog at 125-1 on the board. Pretty accurate driver. Showed signs of life in his last tournament. Did compete in the U.S. Open last year. I think Henrik Stenson at 30-1 is an extremely solid play. And he's actually a plus price in some matchups against guys like Tiger Woods and other stout golfers at a plus price. I'd be playing Henrik Stenson. The bottom line is you want to hit the fairways. Henrik Stenson hits his 3-wood, which is easier to control. He hits it almost as far as most guys hit driver, and he leads the PGA Tour in driving accuracy. So I think Stenson is a guy you could take a long, hard look at. A guy I'm convinced will win a major in the not-too-distant future in the next few years, but you got to go searching for the price until he does it. I love the game from the youngsters Xander Schauffele at 80-1. The price is far too good to pass up. This is going to be an event where you have to hit the short grass. Putting is going to be at a premium. Par is a great score. If the winds come up and it's not wet, 3-4 under par could be the winning score here. So patience is going to be extremely important. Justin Rose is one of those guys, U.S. Open champ, won at Marion, 14-1. He's in really, really good form. It's not going to shock me to see Justin Rose on any leaderboard throughout the course of the week. But to me, I think Jason Day is at the top of my list of guys I'd play among the top-tier players. I think Henrik Stenson is a really solid play at 30-1. And I do think Xander Schauffele, Brian Harman are guys I'd go searching for. But generally, I talk about these golf events. I think you want to go searching for prices out of the gate. You do have the opportunity with majors especially where there are fluctuating future odds to win the event, and you can get a terrific golfer. For argument's sake, Justin Thomas could be 5 shots off the pace on Friday night, and you could get him at 20-1. You get better odds on him heading into the weekend than you would before the event. So always think of that. Look for players that are capable and within striking range on Friday night heading into the weekend. They can make a push because Saturday is moving day. And the reality of it is someone could have a big lead, but there are some big balloon numbers that are out there and available with a very thick rough. And you also want to look for guys with a high ball flight. Jason Day hits it high. One of the reasons I like Jason Day, these are hard, fast, firm greens. You're going to have to hit them high and have them come in and land soft. Hitting the fairway, being accurate with a high ball flight, those are some of the players you want to look for in this year's U.S. Open, which will be at Shinnecock. The second major should be a really wonderful test of golf.